Yo!
Yo! What's up, bro?
Cornfed. What you doing, man?
Hey, you trying to catch a movie with me?
Hell yeah! I want to go see a movie with you. What are we watching?
Yeah, it's called Red One.
Okay. What is this? A period movie?
It's directed by the same guy who did Jumanji 1 and 2.
Okay. Oh, shit, let me get my jacket. Hell yeah, man. I'm pumped, bro. I love watching movies, especially when it's with you.
Who's in it? Chris Evans.
Okay, fuck with that.
We got Lucy Liu.
Okay, Lucy Liu. Is she from Charlie's Angels? Hell yeah. She bad. She low-key bad. She still got it. She like 67, but she still got it, bro. Who else?
Who else? The Rock. Where you going, man?
What? Oh, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Come on, bro. What changed?
No, I'm good, bro. I can't stand The Rock, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on. What's the big deal with The Rock?
I'm sorry. I'm out. Have fun, though. Have fun.
Damn. All right, shit. Hello, my name is Cornfed, and today we will be reviewing Red One.
We are 24 hours to Christmas.
We need to find him. Let's save Christmas. Say it.
I'm not gonna say that.
Things are about to get real.
Cover us.
Side note, today I got this really sick Gladiator 2 cup. I'm so hyped for this movie, I can't even explain it to y'all. I got it. It was like $10, worth every penny. Y'all know exactly where it's going, but I gotta finish my DC for it. I gotta finish every little last drop of this Diet Coke. Notice the pinky? I love going to the movies, bro. Red One is directed by Jake Kasdan, the same guy who directed the 2 new Jumanji movies, also starring The Rock. He also did, he guest directed some episodes of New Girl, Freaks and Geeks, but he's a solid resume. We also have some pretty big star power in this movie with Chris Evans, The Rock, Lucy Liu, J.K. Simmons. We got some pretty big star power in this movie. And with that, it makes me a little scared. It makes me a little timid. Anytime I see The Rock headlining a movie, I already, in my mind, just know that the movie is going to be bad. I know that it's going to be extremely average. And I will let you know right now, today, in this review, if this movie is average or not. My main concerns going into this movie is this is a Christmas movie, a pretty big Christmas movie coming out in 2024. Is this movie going to match up to the Goliaths, the giants of Elf, or Four Christmases, those big staple Christmas movies that you watch every single year? Is it one of those movies? Are you going to come back to this movie? Is this a movie you're going to show to your kids? I'm going to let you know right now. So stay tuned, continue to watch, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and enjoy the review. Let's get into it. I won't bore you with the specifics, but basically, Santa Claus gets kidnapped. The Rock, which is his #1 elf security guard, teams up with the main guy on the naughty list, the NL4 naughty list, level 4, Chris Evans. They team up together to find Santa Claus. That's basically the gist of the movie. It's very simple, very straight to the point. Santa Claus gets kidnapped. It's up to these two guys to find him before Christmas night. Can they do it? And I don't know if you guys know, me and Dwayne The Rock Johnson have been beefing for quite a long time now. Some might say it's one-sided. Others might disagree. Others might say there's a underlying, back and forth between us. I don't know. I can't really get super into it. But no, all jokes aside, I personally don't like The Rock. There are some people in life where you just don't like. And for me, I can just see the phoniness, the corniness from him. You see him all the time on social media.
Hey guys, just want to remind you, get your daily reps in, man. Always remember, always never give up.
I see right through that. To me, it's super phony and corny. I can't stand The Rock. He was awesome in prime WWF days. But for me, it's just, we all know this. I'm not breaking any new ground. I'm not coming out with any hot takes. But he plays the same guy in every single movie. And there's that that thing too that bothers me. I don't know if you guys know this. A lot of you who enjoy movies probably do, but he has a contract that he has with every single movie that he cannot lose a fight. To me, that's super insecure. That's super like, it's just cringy to me, bro. Like the fact that you can't lose a fight in a movie that's make believe, that to me shows me that you're very insecure as a man. Maybe I'm insecure. Maybe I'm a little jealous that he's 6.5 feet tall, 300 pounds in lean muscle. Maybe not. I'm pretty happy with my body. I don't know, but anyways, I'm not a huge fan of The Rock, bro. Maybe also because my mom is in love with him. That's probably has something to do with it too. But anyways, all that to say, with me already hating The Rock, he did an amazing job in this movie. He did great. He did solid. Again, he plays the same guy, the macho, over the top serious, but kind of funny guy that he plays in all the movies, Jumanji, any movie you've seen him, any action movie you've seen him, he's the same guy, but he does it really well. I actually liked his character a lot. I really did. He shined in this movie. Again, he's not making any crazy leaps and bounds, but I enjoyed his character and it didn't bother me. And again, that's me with a predisposed hate of this guy. And he won me over in this movie. I liked him. He did a good job. Now, on the other hand, there's two main leads in this movie. Side note, J.K. Simmons, again, which I love. He's great. He's in this movie for maybe 20, 30 minutes. So the main stars of this movie is The Rock and Chris Evans. The Rock, again, amazing. He did a great job. It's not an Oscar nominee role, but he did great. He shined, I believe. Chris Evans, on the other hand, ooh, bad. It was bad. I don't have a super big opinion on Chris Evans. I know he played Captain America for like 20 years, and that's kind of how I see him now. He had some other great roles. He's a great actor. He's an A-list actor. But to me, in this movie, he was just rubbing me the wrong way, bro. And again, for me specifically, it was just in the first half. And I think it was because he was overacting. I don't know what it is, but his character basically is the naughty list guy. He's a stealer. He's a thief. He sells information. He's a bounty hunter. And to me, he tried really hard to be the Boston. Like, he was just so phony and fake and try hard. It bothered me a little bit. I just wasn't a fan of his performance, especially just in the first half. He did win me over a little bit towards the end. I feel like he felt more in his skin towards the second half. He was a lot less try hard. But I think in the beginning, they're trying to show you his character, and he's a lot more like, he's trying to be a Boston, Jersey guy, and he's like, hey. He's like, there's a scene where he's talking to his kid in the car, and he's like, if you're going to steal, do it right. Never come in second. Like, it was like, oh, dude, this is so corny and cringy. Again, I'm not the target audience, so maybe he's playing it up like so the kids can enjoy it. I don't know. It bothered me. We're gonna start with the negatives. But one of the negatives I saw was the CGI was a little spotty at times. There are moments where there's a creature or a goblin or an elf thing, and it looks really bad. It looks like some 2014 type CGI, or like when I'll get more into this later, but The Rock goes from big to small. He has this technology, and it just looks really weird. He's jumping in the sky, and it looks like a video game, and the CGI is super spotty. I noticed it, and when I can notice it, I have to mention it. It wasn't like terrible throughout the movie. There is a lot of CGI in this movie. You have giant snowmen, goblins, demons. Like, there's a lot going on in this movie, so maybe they had to pick and choose where their budget goes. But there are moments where it's really noticeable, especially the first time they kind of use the CGI. To me, I noticed it. It bothered me. It took me out a little bit. And I'm going to mention this a lot more, but it definitely felt like it had the budget of like a streaming released movie. So CGI a little spotty. Again, I'm not a huge stickler on CGI. I don't care about, especially in a movie like Red One, I'm not super like, oh my God, the CGI. But it got to the point where it did bother me. It took me out of the moment a little bit. So I had to bring it to your attention. There were some heartfelt moments that felt a little bit forced. There were some moments. There's a moment where Chris Evans is talking to his son. He's never really been there for his son, and it just feels really forced, and it feels like it's just used to progress the story. I didn't feel it. I wasn't in it, and it didn't really hit home for me. There are some moments later on in the movie where I did hit a little bit. I did feel a little bit of emotion going in, but the emotion is very hit or miss, and it didn't hit home for me for the majority of the first half of the movie, at least. Again, when the movie wraps up altogether, I feel it. I'm in it. But there was this moment specifically when Chris Evans is talking to his son, and I'm just like, I'm not buying it. But for me, those are the three main things that kind of like were pretty big misses for me. Again, Chris Evans' performance, especially in the first half, the spotty CGI, and then the hit or miss, heartfelt kind of moment. To me, it felt like there was a checklist of Christmas stuff they have to do. The heartfelt moment where they all believe in Christmas again. It just the oh my gosh, this character has evolved and grown so much. Like it felt to me so forced and so like, okay, we did this, and to me, I was just like, man, not super feeling it. Now for the positives. Again, I went into this movie expecting that I was gonna not hate it, but I was pretty convinced that I wasn't going to be a huge fan of it. I saw the trailers when I go to watch other movies. It looked like a cash grab. It looked like another The Rock cash grab where he's trying to make money and looked like a big, strong, good guy. I was over it, but I went ahead and gave it a shot. But to me, this movie thoroughly surprised me. I hate to say it, but I enjoyed the movie. It was a good, solid Christmas movie with, there are some things that doesn't make it a totally whole, perfect kind of Christmas movie that I would want to watch every single year or show to my kids. I know I went through the negatives, but some stuff I forgot. Give me a second. Another thing before I get into the positives, I forgot about it, is I felt like it didn't super know its target audience. This movie is rated PG-13, but when you see a Christmas movie starring The Rock, you kind of get the idea that you're going to want to bring your kids to it and have a good time. They say the word shit about 6 or 7 times. Again, I'm not a prude, okay? I get it. I'm not, but to me, it's just a kid's movie. It's a family movie. They say shit like they have to hit their mark of bad words they have to say. They say shit. They say asshole. They go to the beach and there's girls with thongs and Chris Evans is like, damn, I'm going to marry her. And it just felt so out of place. Like, this is a Christmas movie you're supposed to bring your family to, and there's like 3 or 4 girls with thongs and their butts are huge, like, and Chris Evans is like, damn. I'm like, is this a Christmas? What am I doing? Why am I at the beach right now? It just felt really off. Chris Evans says asshole a couple times. Again, they say shit like a million times. I'm like, it felt a little like maybe they didn't know their target audience super well. And then they go to this bar thing which I, as a not 30 yet, I'm 29-year-old male, enjoyed. It was like a bar scene, bar prison kind of scene where there's like these demonic creatures, which on one half, I'm almost 30, so I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. It was a cool fantasy aspect. But the other hand, I'm like, all right, this is a little much for like a Christmas kind of movie. We're getting a little bit off script here. And again, it's something I have to mention. But me personally, I enjoyed it. But if you're going to bring your kids to it, it's just something to keep in mind. I know I sound like a little prude kind of dude, but I work with kids, so it's just something that I have in the back of my head where I'm like, is this a movie that you want to bring your kids to? I mean, it's a good movie, has a good message, but there's just some points where they just feel like they didn't super know their target audience, and they missed the mark on some things. It's just, to me, it just felt a little bit all over the place, a little bit weird. Now, for the positives of this movie. Good movie, solid movie. Like I said, unexpectedly solid movie. It wasn't a sleeper, but it was good. I can't tell you how excited I was to come home and make a shitty review before I watched it, but it was good. I hate to say it, I enjoyed myself. It was good. In the beginning of this video, when I said, does this have the Christmas feel to it? It definitely does. It definitely has a Christmas magic to it. It has that. I felt like it was a good transition to go from Halloween fall to like Christmas season. It did a great job of making you feel like it's Christmas. It gave you that good-hearted Christmas feel. The scenes in the North Pole were great. Santa Claus was great. There's Christmas trees and decorations, and they have those good heartfelt lessons in here. Side note, the lessons, which is pretty big on me if you watch my reviews for a long time, the lessons are in your face. They say 3 times, Santa Claus, St. Nick always told me, you make good decisions and bad decisions every day. And what you do makes you who you are. Like, they said it 3 times, and I hate when the director doesn't take the audience seriously enough to kind of show that to us. They have to tell the camera, this is what we're trying to teach you. That always bothers me. But again, I'm trying to see it in the lens of like this is like a kid's movie kind of. So that's why they have to be a little bit more in your face about it. But I'm getting off the topic. This movie has that Christmas feel. Like, it's definitely a movie where if my kids are old enough, I'm going to show them. This might be a movie where I rewatch it, every Christmas. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. It was a good, solid, just a Christmas movie. You know what I'm saying? There's movies that you watch every year. For me, it's Elf, Four Christmases, Christmas Vacation, and I liked it. And I'm gonna get more into that right now. Outside of it being just a first glance Christmas movie, when you remove yourself from that, it is actually a randomly really solid fantasy adventure journey kind of movie. Out of nowhere, I was not expecting that at all. Of course, I've seen some trailers. I know it was gonna be like Santa Claus with a spin, a little bit of action, The Rock, J.K. Simmons, Santa Claus is kind of ripped. But I was not expecting it to be this solid of like a fantasy movie. These two guys go on a quest, and there are so many things that I genuinely have never seen before in a movie, and it felt like it came straight out of a book. Like I haven't done the research enough to know, but it feels like it was based off of a book. I felt like I was watching like a Percy Jackson, Harry Potter type of movie. There's so much deep embedded lore and like things to learn about this universe where I feel like they really cared about the universe. And my first initial thoughts were it was going to be a cash grab, but it wasn't, man. The fantasy aspect of this movie, which was super unexpected, I was thoroughly surprised by. There are they're almost like giant snowmen that are evil, but each of the snowmen are fucking cool for no reason. Like that one has a pipe and one has a giant sword, and the action sequences are over the top and new and exciting. It's just not fighting and punching and explosions, but you have The Rock like going down a huge slide roller coaster type thing. There's snowmobile chases. The action scenes are super solid. The fighting scenes are cool. There's like a final boss type fight against a giant witch. It was like super unexpected, but it was so cool in the lane of like a fantasy movie. I wish they kind of marketed it more as that. But there are a lot of cool like things in this movie. There's these things where I'm sure you've seen in the trailers, but they pick up a bunch of toys from the toy store, and The Rock has this bracelet or whatever on his wrist, his forearm, where he can like make something that's small, alter its reality, and make it like a real moving real life car. Like he changed a Hot Wheel to like a Ferrari. Like he does that with like Rock'em Sock'em robots and a bunch of like different things. There are a lot of like awe-inspiring, like, holy shit, this is cool. There are a couple of moments where I'm watching the action, I'm like, hey, yo, shit, this is kind of tight. Like they have this whole scene where they meet Santa Claus's brother, Krampus, which was another huge highlight for me. Where they have this slap boxing thing. Krampus slaps The Rock and it makes like a huge like it's like, oh damn, like this is actually kind of tight. Like it was hitting all the right boy muscles. Pause on that. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. All this stuff that gets me excited as a male, I was hyped for. It was there randomly. I was like, okay, I'm in. The fantasy was there. The action was there. The masculine aspects of the movie were there, man. It was so sick. The action was great. The fantasy elements were amazing. Again, they have a lot of cool different like lore. It's not just like a basic like let's go find Santa Claus. Let's go here and then go here. Like they're jumping from different scene to different scene. They're going to the beach. They're going to the North Pole. They're going to like these deep layers, like this prison, Krampus, jail kind of like situation. There's a lot of different like set pieces that were done really well, and I was just not expecting that, and that made this movie go from like a mid to like a decent movie for me. I enjoyed those elements of it, and I wish it was marketed more as that, because there's a lot more here in this movie than just a average kind of Christmas movie. I thought it was good, man. The fantasy aspects were there. The characters were great as well. Towards the end of the movie, you start to feel and care about these characters somewhat. You're not on a deep emotional level with them, but you care about Chris Evans's character development. The Rock is super solid in this movie. Chris Evans has a relationship with his kid he's trying to build, and I wouldn't say you're super invested, but you're decently invested. I'm invested to the point where I kind of expected myself to be. I definitely thought I was going to hate this movie. I definitely kind of wrote it off. I watched it anyways. And I would like to say that I went in with low expectations and I was thoroughly surprised. I found myself thoroughly enjoying this movie. With that being said, my final thoughts on this movie. There are their negatives and there are the positives. I went over the negatives, but the positives are there. I think the positives outweigh the negatives. I feel like you just need to know what you're kind of getting into. You're not getting into a traditional Christmas movie, and I don't think they're super marketing it as that. It's like an action, fantasy, adventure Christmas movie. Solid. Action was solid. The fantasy elements were surprising. There's a lot of deep lore in this movie to the point where genuinely, I'm surprised by me saying this, but it's to the point where I genuinely hope they make a sequel to this movie. I want to know more about this universe. I want to learn more about these characters. I'm invested. I liked it. I didn't love it. I'm not obsessed with it. It's not one of the best movies of 2024. It's a solid Christmas movie. It's not a staple Christmas movie. It's a solid Christmas movie, though. It gives you the Christmas feels. It gives you that Christmas magic. But there's also something there for the fantasy nerds and the action nerds and the rock fans. It's a good, decent, solid movie. And for those reasons, I'm giving this movie, Red One, a 6 out of 10. Now, again, this movie wasn't bad by any means. I wouldn't even say it's decent or mid. It's a little bit above average. I was thoroughly surprised. It's not like one of the greatest staple Christmas movies, but it's not bad by any means. This movie's been getting a lot of flack, and I definitely don't think you should write it off. The best way I can kind of describe this movie is wait for it to come out on streaming. This movie definitely feels like it was a release on streaming platforms kind of movie. It did not feel like it was it needed a theatrical release. It definitely felt like a movie you throw on Netflix during the Christmas season that you can kind of enjoy and have fun with. I don't believe you should go out, buy a ticket and go see it, but I do believe you should wait till it comes out on streaming. Hopefully it comes out before Christmas does. You can watch it, enjoy it with the family. If your kids are old enough, again, there are some randomly adult themes, like Chris Evans drinks whiskey a lot, and there's ass and there's shit and asshole a lot being thrown around. So I was a little bit blindsided by that, but overall, solid movie. I'm not mad at it. I was expecting to hate it. Decently surprised. Let me know what you thought about this movie. Am I wrong in any sort of capacity? Do you agree with me in any sort of capacity? Please let me know. Oh, this is my limited edition Gladiator 2 cup. Yeah, why do you ask? Where's it going? Oh, probably somewhere up there. I don't know. Thanks for asking, though. Thank you so much for watching this movie. Thank you so much for watching this review. I appreciate you supporting the channel, and I look forward to doing more reviews.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 grandpas grumbling, 11 Barneys belching, 10 Lenny's sleeping, 9 Carl's dancing, 8 Mosa milking, 7 Selma smoking, 6 Flanders praying, 5 golden frings, 4 crawling nerds, 3 eyed fish, 2 special rouse, and a Maggie in a snuggly.